How you came to be is no longer a mystery. Black sheep is your birthright. It's code for the one who brings the light. I bet if there's a crack, you don't fall back. Remember who you are. No rest for the wicked with their skullduggery. The use spell workers' projection to send out envy, hate, and jealousy. You are the prototype, your ancestors champion. They shield you and send back those spiritual attacks. You are divinely protected from the dummy bats. Yeah. Big cat, the most high, got your back. He sits high and looks low, so don't get smoked or smoke yourself. Big cat moving silence. Only time you speak is to say checkmate.
Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Come in! Come on! I've got intel. Recon is afoot. Namaste, Big Cat. Come in. Recon is afoot. Right, let's dive right in. After I nearly broke everything over this side, didn't worry about it. I'll clean it up later. I'm shaking the. Listen, I forgot to pick this up. So that's the sign, darling dears, the energy of the sixth. The energy of the sixth could speak about your health. The sixth house, according to astrology, is about your body, your mental health, the kinds of jobs you do on a daily basis, your routines and rituals, things that keep you thriving and alive. Somebody's looking at their diet, darling dears, possibly going for some kind of medical visit, whether it's for beautification or for something a bit stronger than that, darling dears. Somebody's also thinking of relocating their climate because of their health. Okay. Somebody's also an avid bird watcher. Good for you, darling dears. Whatever floats your boat. Life is too short. They're just giving us death and taxes. Oh, you have the energy of the seven, darling dears. Energy of the seven is saying that you are in genius mode at this moment in time, according to the low shoe grid. It's representative of earth energy, darling dears, a westerly direction. It speaks about the physical, darling dears. Earth energy is feminine energy, and it speaks about stability, harmony, you being nurturing, being fertile, possibly not just with progeny, darling dears, fertile with ideas, you being extremely practical and supportive at this moment in time. We're speaking about your income, your education, your career. It's all about your growth, darling dears, because earth energy is about abundance, darling dears. Abundance. I love it. I don't hate it. Okay. So the energy of the seven, darling dears. Lean in, bestie. Lean in. According to the low shoe grid, it's about creativity. It's about your children. Turn up the music a bit. It's about your children, your interaction with children or children that's around you. It's also about entertainment. Maybe you utilize that. You are your unique self, darling dears. Maybe you are in the entertainment business. Excuse me, merciful play. Right. Let's press on. Let's press on. The energy of the seven, you could be a life path 7 or the numbers 7, 16 and 25, as well as your lucky numbers of the 4, 5 and 7 will be prevalent in your life over the next few days. The number 7 is representative of the letters G, P and Y. It's ruled by Neptune, which rules Pisces, and the letters O and Z. The number 7 also rules the South Node, darling dears. So this is karma from a previous life. Or your early experiences coming from that, darling dears. How you've grown, darling dears. Okay, so if we're talking about the South Node, it's situations in life that you need to overcome and move away from in order to be in the North Node, where you'll be living your best life. Okay, all right, let's press on. Let's press on. The energy of the 4 speaks about communication, darling dears. You're going to be getting lots of letters, phone calls. You'll be going on visits, darling dears. The energy of the 4 also speaks about someone or something is about to enter your life, which is going to have a profound effect on your life, darling dears. It could be a person, place, or thing. And if it's a person, it could be a good friend or a lover, someone that you want to keep on board. 444 on the counter, that means keep going, darling dears. Keep going, don't look back. Remember Lot's wife, Salt Bay. Why? The 444 tells you that your visions are manifesting, darling dears. Keep going. Okay, all right. We also have the energy of the 3, the 3rd house, darling dears. 3rd house again, communication. Okay, the 4th house in astrology is about your roots, your childhood home, your current home. It's about land. It's about family. It can also be about monies that are being paid to you in the form of, I don't know, an inheritance, something being left to you, darling dears. It's also about your retirement, and it also speaks of competition. So somebody has you in competition with them. I don't know why. Listen, you know what I think of that, darling dears. You're the competition for them, not the other way around. Why are they so worried about you? Good golly and the gosh. So yeah, lots of communication, darling dears. Incoming and outgoing. It also speaks about possibly learning, higher learning. Maybe you are doing it as a keyboard gangster. You're going into some form of institution, darling dears. But you've learned some new things and you are utilizing them. Somebody's also learning a new language. The 3rd house also speaks about your aunts, your uncles, nephews, nieces, people of that sort, right? Possibly paying attention to what you've got going on. Okay, it also represents your local community and your neighbors, darling dears. So it could be them that's doing the gossiping. We've got the energy of 2-2 on top. Again, we've got another 4, darling dears. And when we see the 2 4s, darling, it's a reminder for you to what? Think big. Think big. Why? Because as a 44, you're a master healer. Okay, and this is your transformation period or time. People are going to be seeing you as more of a mystery, darling dears. Okay, you're going to have an opportunity to make a huge impact, darling dears, either within your local community or on the world stage, because 3rd house is about communication, online, all of that sort of thing, as well as the gossip, darling dears, the gossip. Okay. So as I was saying, ruled by Neptune. Neptune rules your dreams, darling dears, as well as it could represent drugs, alcohol, because it's the 12th house, Pisces, a mutable water sign, darling dears. So these people can be easily distracted, darling dears. But the 12th house also speaks about you overcoming some kind of karmic debt. But it also speaks about self-deception. Be very careful of self-deception or someone trying to deceive you, because the 12th house is about family secrets in a family, or people like family that's being kept. Something's being kept from you at this moment in time. But even though this secret may be kept from you, it's creating a lot of issues within that family. There's no loyalty there. Yeah. Okay. It's also a reminder to pay attention to your dreams. You're going to be getting dreams and downloads. Somebody's also going to be getting a visit from a family member that's passed on, darling dears. Pay attention to that dream. Okay. What else can I tell you about the 7th house? It's about forgiveness, darling dears. Just forgive the situation. They can't help being feeble-minded dummy bats. You just have to separate yourself from the situation and face the facts of life, darling dears. The bare necessities of life. Ha ha! Push, clap. Yeah. The 7th house is a highly spiritual house, darling dears, and it's the house of the genius. So you are utilizing your intellect, darling dears, in the best way for you. Okay, but expect family secrets, someone trying to hide something from you. Energy of the 4th house also represents your ancestral team. They may hide it, but not for long, darling dears. Something is about to come out on top. So the gossipers, what are they gossiping about? That's the back end. We've got Uranus energy. Uranus is the unpredictability of it all. It seems that you've chosen to be a rebel and a rogue, no less, darling dears. I love it. I don't hate it. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, don't you know? Pinkies up. It's about freedom, darling dears. It's also a reminder that yes, you are in genius mode, and it's a reminder to use your intuition. And it also is the Uranus rules electricity, darling dears, as well as the 11th house, the house of memberships, groups, okay? People looking at money that's being paid to you, darling dears. People are paying attention to your funds at this moment in time. Unexpected serendipity, right? A calamitous event that shakes you out of your ordinary routine, darling dears. Calamitous can be good or bad, darling dears, depending on how you want to take it. But something different is coming your way, darling dears. Unpredictable because of what you chose. Look, didn't I just say 12th house, drugs and alcohol? Somebody's avoiding it, darling dears. Maybe this is what you've put down. Getting the energy of Uranus to change things around, shake it up. What's on the base of the deck? We've got Lover's energy, darling dears. Lover's energy could be the ending of a marriage, long-term situation, a friendship, a business contract coming to end. 2020 vision. You wasn't your usual self around these people. It's not that you lacked foresight, darling dears. Sometimes you have all of the answers there, but because of circumstances and situations you find yourself in, you're unable to speak. That's the quickest way to get the big C, darling dears, and all those other chronic illnesses. Yeah. 11th house, it was like a club, darling dears. A club of losers. Bottom feeders, darling dears. It was a club. All clubs will be paying attention to you, darling dears. Clubs, memberships, groups, again, the 11th house, right? Somebody saw you as a mark, right? A patsy, the fall guy or girl. Oh! I see. Let's split the deck, right? They will look forever. They will look for you forever. You are unique. Did I not just tell you about your badass self, darling dears? Unique. Yeah. Energy of the Uranus energy, darling dears. Yeah. You're going on the fool's journey. This is a new beginning for you, darling dears. A new beginning. Oh, this one didn't go with the others. Is my nails going to allow me to pick it up? Right? Somebody wants you to please believe them. Shields up. Third eye buff to a bishi and shine. What do you mean believe them? Believe them for what? Good golly and the gosh, darling dears. Let's get your Oracle Ancestral message. Let's ring the bell. Let that baduju stay with them. Outrageous, darling dears. Outrageous. I just picked up this deck. Let's get your overall Oracle Ancestral message. Energy of the fourth. The seventh. The 7th and 48 law of power, the 7th one, is about others doing the work and taking credit, darling dears. Maybe somebody's being abused in a situation and making it seem like they're the best person or the best option that somebody's got. Good golly and the gosh. And the gosh. We've got music, darling dears. It says, listen carefully, for there may be a message in the music you hear. Music can lift your soul, rekindle memories, and charm fairies to your door. It's speaking about, I don't know, some kind of, it could also, some memory that you possibly got buried, darling dears. Maybe you'll be able to uplift that music with the music from that period. Bring back a memory, darling dears. Maybe something significant. Yeah, wise. Wisdom is for the wise, darling dears. The energy of music, or how it's going to play out, is like music, darling dears. Let's get a deck. To the decks. Let's get a deck I haven't used in a while. Oh my gosh. Everything is... I don't even know what I'm reaching for. There's so many decks here. Got one. Base of the deck, darling dears. 8 of Pentacles. Good golly and the gosh, darling dears. The 8 of Pentacles tells me about accolades, achievements, rewards coming towards you, or you're enjoying it right now, darling dears. This is Virgo energy, darling dears. Sun energy. The sun is being shone on you. Virgo energy could also represent your 6th house, darling dears. The 6th house, I said, some kind of beautification, or it could be for a medical visit, a doctor's visit, a medical center. Okay. But it's definitely going to create some kind of shake up in your routine, the Uranus energy of it all, darling dears. But this is definitely money, and it also speaks about good health. Pentacles in the upright speaks about your health, darling dear. Okay, somebody could also be going for a medical checkup in the not too distant future. Okay. Yeah, you're going to be seen as a master craftsperson in your field, darling. It's because you are now committed to a new direction. You're raising the bar in a situation, raising the bar, or being the proprietor of a bar, or you work for a bar. But this looks good, darling dear, starting off the reading like this. Yeah, we've got the Fool and the Page of Pentacles. New opportunities coming towards you. It tells me that you've spent a time possibly solo dolo, like the boys or girls on the pole. In some cases single by choice. You may have progeny involved in the situation, but you're coming to more clarity within a situation pertaining to your finances and the opportunities that are being created for you at this moment in time. That goes to 3 of Pentacles, darling dears. In the upright, I might add. This speaks about new opportunities, as I said, coming towards you. It speaks of teamwork, darling dears. Maybe you'll be getting a team, or will have to acquire a team, yeah, to assist you, because we saw the 8 of Pentacles straight off the back, darling dears. This is about your goals, darling dears, your hard work. Somebody's also a very good advisor. People come to you for a lot of clarity, darling dears, and the truth roof. Pinkies up. Base of the deck, we've got the Hangman. He was in a situation, darling dears. Again, 12th house energy. Pisces energy, darling dears. The Hangman, Neptune, water energy, darling dears. The Hangman, lean in, bestie. Lean in. The Hangman is about you gaining a new perspective, darling dears, but it came to you through true patience with a situation or circumstance. It's also a time for you to actually let go, darling dears, as you embrace this new perspective. Because you tried to go the route of resistance, darling dears. Now you're letting go in order to get what you truly deserve. It also speaks about you're going to hear of somebody going to prison, darling dears, something to do with children. Okay, 12th house energy, a family secret maybe. All right. Tell me something more about this energy. Page of Pentacles. This is about being optimistic about the opportunities that are being created for you. For some, this is a new job, darling dear. Somebody's been struggling and juggling for a while, but the truth is coming through, darling dears. You change your perspective or how you was looking for the job. Look, money, honey, Skrilla.com, darling dears. Definitely going to be recognized, darling dears, if it's a new job you're going towards. It also speaks about a leadership position. We have the 9 of Wands. Somebody's hoping that you'll still be receptive to anything they might say, darling dears. Remember, the Uranus energy is in your life for a reason. You left this club, this group, whatever it is behind. They saw you as the mark, the patsy, the fool guy or girl. King of Swords speaks the truth roof, darling dears. This is about you analyzing a situation, right? Being slow to act. Being slow to act. Why? The King of Swords gathers his intel, darling dears. His intel. It can also speak about the police. Somebody's definitely going to be arrested, darling dears, and it's something involving something to do with children. 100%. Hangman, a prison sentence will be given to this situation, darling dears. Most definitely. This person is also going to try and attempt to unalive himself because of the situation. Are they going to be able to succeed? Fell off the back end. They're going to want to go home, darling dears. Hold on a minute, let me get the next deck. Full cut, no, they're not going to be able to succeed, darling dears. It's in the reverse. Yeah, they was trying to escape the consequences of what they done. Good golly and the gosh. Let's get another read, see what else is going on. Wisdom, darling dears. Wisdom is for the wise. It says, have you ever been told that you're wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. This card is spun all the way over. Right, 8 of Swords. Again, this represents a prison sentence. It also speaks about someone that's caught up in their mind, darling dears. Success. Possibly caught up in their mind with what's going on with you, darling dears. Someone that's stuck, could be as many as 8 people. When we see the 6 of Wands, darling dears, number 1, you're being spiritually guided. It speaks about your inner strength, utilizing your psychic abilities. It also speaks about a dramatic rise of you, darling dears. This could also represent an engagement. Somebody's upset, somebody's engaged, darling dears. Yeah, but this person used to have many options and they're choosing one option now. This one tried to jump into my hand. We got the Strength card, a reminder to remind you of what? Avoidingdrama.com. Don't get involved in no way, shape or form. Whenever we see the Strength card, darling dears, this is hero energy, big cat Leo energy, fire energy, darling dears. Fixed energy. So you prefer the known, darling dears, but once you get started, you are unstoppable, I should say. Okay, you're going to be going to a period where you have a stable home, a secure career, and your partnerships moving forward. Yeah, you're being gifted. This is the hand of God, darling dears, gifting you this, the biggest Pentacles of them all, gifted to you from the Most High. Lots of success coming towards you, darling dears. Okay. The Strength card also is about your mental growth, your spiritual strength, and it's also a call to action because you're going to be put in a leadership position, whether in your community or in an online space. Yeah, because what you're seeking is seeking new partnerships, a new lover, if that's what you're looking for, darling dears. Emperor is somebody who's a family man. This is somebody who could be an entrepreneur. It could also represent you, darling dears. But whoever this person you're meeting, true love will be on the table, whether it's platonic love, lover itself, or business contract, darling dears. Things working out in your favor, darling dears. And again, we get the opportunity of the Page of Pentacles. You're about to be gifted in such a way. But it's also a reminder to avoid drama, darling dears. Avoid the drama. Yeah, this is a long-awaited journey that you've been on. Yeah. What's this? The Four of Cups. Somebody feels disappointed, disillusioned, and looking like a full-on dumbass, darling dears. Look what they just missed out on, darling dears. Missing out on your loyalty, your determination. Someone that did not believe in you. Someone or someone's. I think there could be as many as 8 people. Wow. Sucks to be them. You have the Wheel of Fortune, darling dears, in your favor. Fate, destiny, and good luck. You went through cycles with these people, and all of them are under judgment as we speak, darling dears. Listen, they want someone to go to hell with them, darling dears, in a handbasket. Avoid, avoid, avoid. We now have the Page of Wands, darling dears. You may have 2 progeny involved in this situation, but it also speaks about a new lease on life. It speaks about the page. When we see the Page of Wands, darling dears, it's fire as well as earth energy. It could also represent an unexpected meeting, new passion coming into your life. A new level of understanding with your children, because you remember, according to the Lotion grid, the energy of the 7, the energy of the 7 is about creativity, entertainment, your children, how you relate with your children, darling dears. Somebody's having an issue with one of their progenies at this moment in time. It's causing them sleepless nights. This person could be getting into a lot of fights, or lots of fights are going on around them. What can they do about the progeny, darling dears? Some things they have to learn by themselves, darling dears. That's part of life. You can guide them. 4 of Wands, make the home stable and everything. Some lessons they have to learn on their own. Yeah. Their table is set, darling dears. Their table is set. King of Swords. Sometimes you got to step back and let this progeny create these mistakes, darling dears. Not because you want to, but sometimes they have to have what? If what their head don't hear, their ass must feel. Final card. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles. Somebody's missing your loyalty in a situation, going towards your bag. You also have the Queen of Swords. Tells me that you are astute, darling dears. Nothing goes under your radar. When we see two queens on the table, that's the gossip, darling dears. People that are still stuck on you. Why are they stuck? We've got the Star card, darling dears. Because of the new lease on life, you're about to be lifted up in front of many, darling dears. For some, this is a benefactor coming in, but it also speaks about help and assistance or being accepted into other groups. Other groups coming towards you, darling dears. This is applause, money being paid to you, and this is justice, good justice in the upright. We also have faith the size of a mustard seed. It's also the Hierophant, the second house, money being paid to you. You're going to be signing some contracts, darling dears, but these contracts are going to be out loud. Remember, I told you that. Listen, not because you're trying to be loud about it, darling dears, but it's going to be obvious. They're going to turn the gossip up, but let them talk in the background. That's their business. They've got nothing else to do, darling dears. Nothing. Let's get a final card, and then we're out of here. To get great. Yeah, cry me a river, blood. Manipulators out there manipulating each other, are they? Yeah. Straight out of what? 911 Freddy Krueger Avenue, 2 streets over from the loser lane in the District of the Damned. Yeah. Your exes, ex-friend, ex-lover, ex-partner, whatever, darling dears, they're now turned into a full-on why. Why? Listen, you had to go through the why to get to where you are, darling dears. Their behavior is ratchet. Leave the ratchet where it is, darling dears. It's for the birds, and you are a big cat. Remember, prototype of your lineage. Don't get into any arguments. Don't be drawn out into any arguments, and somebody is definitely going to prison with the prisoners, just like P. Diddy and R. Kelly. On that note, I drops me mic. So love to my Teesprings, my Patreon, or my TikToks, where I also upload videos. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets. Cat, 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 cat.